How's it going, guys? It is Luke here. I have an OU match for you guys today. It was against a guy on PO, as usual. It's a pretty good match. I just threw this team together. It's kind of a stally team based around hazards. It's not too stally though. You guys are going to see it's pretty good. So yeah, today's battle. So I'm going to lead with Sableye, and my opponent's going to lead with a Scizor, which is kind of cool. He's going to be threatened out by the Will-O-Wisp and go out to his Chansey. I end up going for it anyway, just because obviously Chansey was his only switch into it on his team. Other than Landorus, I guess, because it does turn out that that's a special variant. But hey, you know, residual damage on the Chansey is more than welcome. So anyway, here I know he's going to go out to his Gliscor now, so I go for the double Wisp. But unfortunately I end up missing, and this always happens to me, so he gets his Toxic Orb activated. That would have been really, really nice, but you know, it doesn't end up happening. So I'm forced to switch now. I got into my Ferrothorn. Now I do really want to go for the Spikes here, but I do know that he does have a Terrakion on his team, and I can't really have that thing coming in for free, so I end up just going for the Leech Seed. Like I said, this is a stallier team, so I could have gone for the Power Whip here, but then I wouldn't have been able to kind of juggle things around, and I basically, because this is a stally team, keeping my pokes at as much HP as possible is the most important thing. So getting up Leech Seed is actually going to be more beneficial than putting up Hazards right now. So I end up making a double switch here into my Ferrothorn. I know he's going to bring in his Gliscor, so I end up doing that. He ends up switching out now into his Scizor. Again, I think right here I'll go for the Leech Seed. Just because, you know, I know that he's going to switch, he has to pretty much, and I end up catching that thing, which is cool. I can just go for the Protect now to scout, see what he wants to go for, which he turns out going for the U-turn, which is absolutely fine, because that means I can either Leech Seed now, predicting the switch, or I can set up some hazards and, you know, whatever else. I mean, he can hard switch. Either way, he's going to switch. So he ends up going out to his Terrakion here, as I decide, you know, it's probably time to get up some Spikes, just because, you know, this team is meant to have hazards up. It makes this team's life a lot easier. That's kind of what the team's based around. So anyway, I end up going for the Protect here, just to scout what he wants to go for. He goes for the Close Combat. Now, I didn't really know what kind of player this guy was, so I end up just switching out straight to my Sableye as he makes a double out to his Gliscor, which is, you know, it's not really like a prediction, it's kind of obvious. But I end up doing that, and he ends up switching out to his Terrakion now, predicting me to double, I think, back out into my Ferrothorn. But you know, I always know that that's going to be it's a potential risk. So I end up going to Rotom to mix it up. Again, obviously Rotom's a fine switch into a Gliscor anyway. But anyway, ends up here with his Chansey and my Ferro, which is great. Gliscor is going to come back in. I end up going for the Power Whip this time because he's being really ballsy. He keeps switching in his Terrakion to my Ferrothorn, which isn't really a good play. So I decide to go for the Power Whip, see if I can catch it, but that's not the case. And he's going to end up switching out here as I decide to get up some more hazards, which is great because I'm going to need those in the long run. So here I want to go for the Protect again because I'm thinking maybe this thing has superpower, but he hasn't revealed it yet. He just keeps going for the U-turn, which is fine because I know I can take that. I get off some Rocky Barbs. I get off some, you know, the Iron Barbs damage, and I can either set up Hazards, Power Whip, or get up some more Spikes. So I just go for the Leech Seed just to catch whatever comes in, which happens to be the Terrakion again. I don't know why he keeps bringing that in because all I've got to do is Power Whip, really. It's kind of weird. I don't really know. Weird guy. Anyway, Landorus comes in. I'm not really fearing this thing, to be honest. He just goes for a Rock Polish as I decide to set up some more hazards. I was a little bit worried about this thing having the sub, which is why I was a bit reluctant to go for the Leech Seed. He ends up missing a Focus Blast as I end up missing a Leech Seed here, and this guy's going to get really unlucky. He ends up missing like 3 Focus Blasts in a row, which sucks for him, and I'm able to just like hit the second Leech Seed here and then just basically hit him with a Power Whip. And then I don't think he actually ends up even hitting me with a Focus Blast. He misses this one as I go for a Power Whip, get off some good damage. Now he's actually going to make a switch out, which is, you know, a good play, I guess, because he probably can't take me out from that range, so I do have a little bit of spec investment. So he's going to go out to Terrakion on my Protect as I scout. Again, it doesn't really matter because I have things for this. I have really good switch-ins, and you can see as I switch in this Tentacruel by the damage that is most definitely a banded Terrakion. Which is nice to know because that means that I can lock it in because I wasn't really paying attention earlier and I haven't really seen any items from it yet. But anyway, that damage does confirm that it's banned, so he's going to go out into his Scizor. Now I decided to put up some Spikes for a few reasons. The main reason is going to be the Chansey and the Scizor, but he ends up bringing that in now and I can just outspeed it and hit it with Scald and take it out, which is what I do. So I don't have to worry about that thing anymore. I don't have to worry about priority. So now he goes out into Landorus, and I thought that he would not go for the Earth Power or that I could take it, either one. I didn't really care what he did, but turns out I don't take it, which I was actually quite surprised at. I guess sheer force and all that kind of stuff, so, you know, I kind of deserve that. But anyway, the switch is obvious here, so I'm just going to go for the Volt switch, go out into my Hydro Gun. Now this set is really cool. It's a substitute, roar, dragon pulse, and roost set. I don't know, it just works. It's amazing for phasing, but it's amazing for phasing. But anyway, he goes out into his Skarm, and I just go for the roar, and he goes out to Landorus here, obviously not by choice, and yeah, he decides to run. So, good game, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like and a comment. Previous battle on the top left. Subscribe to join the Keldeo army. Thank you guys for all the recent subs, and 50 subscribers. Thank you guys, that is awesome. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's upload.